All right, I'm diving into my second match of the league. I won the first match against Belcher. That was yesterday, so I'm diving into the second match now. Um, the this I'm playing Stryfo Yorion EDH Nic Fit, a hundred card Nic Fit deck with Yorion and Dak and Punishing Fire. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not used to playing decks that have Force of Will and Force of Negation, so this will be interesting. I also really wanted to play through this deck while I still have the PAX All Access pass, because this deck with 3 arrows and 4 Force of Wills and 2 Force of Negation in the sideboard, it's something like 1,000 tickets. So yeah. Anyway, my opponent's here. Let's see how this match goes. Okay, I don't know if I've played this person before. Um, so, yeah, I'm pulling up my spreadsheet of data on people I've played, but I don't think I've played this person before. Pick my companion and reveal it. Let's see, I have Agadeem's Awakening for black mana. I could Ponder turn 1. I kind of want to fetch a forest with this, though. I guess I have Grove of the Burnwillows for that. I think this is actually an okay hand. I'm just going to check to see if I've played this person before. No, I have not. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a keep. I have Force of Will if things go south fast. I have Cabal Therapy. Seems okay. Doesn't have much of like a plan. I guess the plan is play Uro, try to win. Okay, Delver. Great. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. I think what I'll do is fetch an island, or yeah, I think I'll fetch an island here and just ponder. I'm really worried though about like a turn 2 Arcanist. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll Cabal Therapy for Arcanist. I can always ponder the next turn. Alright, so maybe I'll play Badlands and Cabal Therapy for Arcanist. I hate Dreadhorde Arcanist, or Arcanist, however you say that. This is like the card from Delver I fear the most. And I whiff. 2 Okos though. Well, that makes things interesting, and he's got a Wasteland. Oh, this is trouble. I'm actually in big trouble here. Let's see. He's gonna go second Delver. They have a Bolt. Maybe the option is okay. So they. All right. However, if I can get those 2 Okos, that's really good. So if they play Wasteland here. All right. I'm leaning toward forcing this. I'm really leaning toward forcing this. Yeah, I think I'm going to force this pitching Ponder. Because I think the Uro is my only real thing here. So I think I force this pitching. Yeah, I think that's my plan. Hope they don't have days. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's not terrible. Yeah, maybe I think what I'll do here is play the Misty, and then next turn I can play Agadeem's Awakening. Yeah, let's do that. The other option here, I can fetch Dryad Arbor and flashback Cabal Therapy, but then I literally have nothing. So I won't do that unless I really have to. Yeah, let's not do that. They only have 1 land too, so they need to get 2 lands if they're gonna get to Oko. So there's still a ways. Getting 2 Okos is good though. Well, that might be 1 land. maybe, well, nope, it's not. Okay, Field of the Dead is pretty good. So maybe what I'll do here is just play Field. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just play Field. Because I really want my Uro to stick next turn. I wonder what they could have drawn for Delver not to flip. Maybe like a Hooting Mandrills or Tarmogoyf. Okay, so they have a Force of Will, which is that's trouble, I guess. Okay. Okay, that's actually a really good draw. So I have a few options here. I can play out Uro, which will probably get forced, or I can fetch Dryad Arbor and flashback Cabal Therapy. I can't fetch Dryad Arbor if I'm gonna then play the Uro. So I think the choice here is between Uro or Plague Engineer, and I'm actually leaning toward playing the Plague Engineer. Yeah, I don't want to play the Agadeem's Awakening untapped though. So maybe I will play Uro, and then next turn I'll play the Plague Engineer. Yeah, let's do that. I don't love this. So I'm gonna play Uro this turn. Really hope they don't have Stifle. That would have been bad. And if they had, they're gonna force this, but that's okay because that's okay. Like they pretty much have to force this, I think. Okay. That's okay because like I can just play it next turn. All right, so now they still have an Oko, which is still a problem. Wow, are they really stuck on land still? I'm still a little ways away from getting back Uro, but I guess the Plague Engineer will stall. I have to take 3 damage to play it. Ugh, I hate that. Yeah, this is what makes Delver just such a deck to be afraid of. Let's see. So I can play the Agadeem's Awakening here and then play the Plague Engineer, but if they just like they can just have it, then a Lightning Bolt does it. Although the Lightning Bolt might do it anyway. Yeah, probably should have played the Agadeem's Awakening a couple turns ago. The other problem with playing Agadeem's Awakening is it makes me very far from flashing back the Uro. I think my choice here is, I think what I do here is just play the island and hope to draw like a fetch land next turn to flashback Uro. I don't know, man, I'm in trouble. I don't see a better, oh, you know what I should do here is get my companion. That's what I should do. I can at least play my companion the following turn. That might keep me alive. All right. And even if they force my companion, I might still be okay. Yeah, they'll probably daze it. Okay, so I have options here. If they have Force of Will, I lose to fetching Uro. If they have Daze and Lightning Bolt, I die playing Yorion. All right. So, yeah, just no great options here. I think Daze is slightly more likely. I mean, than Force, just because we've seen a Force. So I'm gonna, and they also Lightning Bolt does it here. If I fetch to get a forest, I can just play the Grove. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll play the Grove rather than fetching. Oh, but if I don't have 5 cards in the graveyard. Man, this sucks. Alright, well maybe I'll play Yorion first then. And it'll probably just get dazed and then I'll probably lose. No, I'm gonna Verdant. Alright. There's no great lines here. Yeah, they can just bolt me here and I lose the game. Let's see if they've got it. No. Alright. Bayou. And let's play Uro. So this plays around days. But not Force of Will. And so if they have Force of Will, I just lose. Okay. Yeah, I'll play that. And so here's a question. Do I want to Green Sun for something? And I think the answer is no. I think the answer is no. I can play Yorion next turn, and I can gain 3 life off of Uro. I don't think there's anything in my deck that gains me life. No. And I don't have anything in the graveyard. Nothing that Green Suns for 1 gains life. I can play Agadeem's Awakening untapped, but I don't think that's a losing play, I think. So I think the Pope is try to avoid a Lightning Bolt for 1 turn, and then Uro will keep me alive. I can Green Sun for a bunch of things at that point. Hope for the best. So if they draw a Lightning Bolt, I'm just dead. But Uro will keep me alive. Oh, they got something. Ah, they have it, and I don't have Force of Will here. So I'm just dead. That's a shame. Okay. Well, looks like Rug Delver. Ah, man. Just needed to avoid it for 1 turn. Too bad. Okay, so these are all good. I think I want at least 1 back to basics. I don't think I'll go to 2, and I definitely want Dead of Winter. I don't think Force of Negation's a maybe, but I don't think I want it. And what's bad here? Not a lot. Collector Ouphe is definitely bad. Fiend Artisan's probably bad. These are all good. Klothys is good. Dak Faden's good. Plague Engineer is not actually that good here. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's very good. And Primeval Titan is probably just a little too... It's a little too much for what I want. A little too much mana. And Green Sun Zenith is also probably just... Like, there's no single target that I really want to get. Klothys is probably the best, and even that's really slow. I don't think I want to cut a land, even though Agadeem's Awakening is probably not exactly where I want to be. I definitely want all the removal. Baleful Strix, Scavenging Ooze, Punishing Fire, those are all good. I needed to avoid that Lightning Bolt for 1 turn, and then I think I would have been okay. But that's Delver for you. That's Delver for you. Alright. Should I cut the Questing Beast? I don't think Questing Beast will win me this game, so I think I'm actually going to cut it. Definitely want the Pyroblast for sure. Carpet of Flowers for sure. Back to Basics is good. Dead of Winter is good. Maybe it's a Force of Negation. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, that's probably okay. I don't think I want Surgicals. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Alright. Yes, I'll play first. And this is a mulligan. If this was a forest, I'd probably keep this hand, but it's not. Or if it was a fetch land. So I'm mulliganing to 6, which is not what you want to do against Delver. This hand's okay. I'll probably keep it. I'm not sure what I'm going to bottom. It's probably the Punishing Fire, even though Punishing Fire is really good in this matchup. Actually, you know what? It's the Dead of Winter because I have no snow covered. So that's it. And I'll basically hope to get Veteran Explorer online with Punishing Fire to get Punishing Fire online. Okay, that seems good. And I'm going to play the Waterlogged Grove first, even though I take 1 damage. Opening myself up to Wasteland there is not as bad. Like if they Wasteland the Bayou, that sucks a lot more than if they Wasteland the Waterlogged Grove. So I'll open with the Waterlogged Grove. My opponent is... Alright, there they go. Alright, so I'm going to go Waterlogged Grove into Veteran Explorer. And I always feel really good against Delver whenever I stick a Veteran Explorer. Like I feel like that's always just such a strong play. Yep. And they'll force it, which is fine with me. You know, I mean, it does kind of suck, but I still feel pretty good anytime I stick a Veteran Explorer. So, and really one of their best answers is to force it. So I would love to draw like a mountain here. Okay, it's a mountain, I guess, or it can be. So I think I'm gonna grab a, let's see here. I have 1 black source, 1 blue source, so maybe I'll get a red and black source. I'll get the Badland. So that way, even if they wasteland either the Waterlogged Grove or the other one, I can still play the Abrupt Decay. If they waste the Badland or the Waterlogged Grove, I can still play the Abrupt Decay. Yeah. So I'll get a Badlands and just Punishing Fire here. I'm gonna actually Punishing Fire in upkeep. This basically makes it so if they daze, they can't play a 2-drop. Or they could still do that, but rather it makes them use mana on their turn. Or use the land on their turn. Does let them go like Brainstorm into daze, but you know, I'm okay with that. Oh, they've still revealed. Okay, that's fine. So here I'm gonna play Field and then Abrupt Decay. And basically really hope they don't have Delver. Or hope they don't have Oko. Oko would suck. Yeah. Please don't have Oko. Please cantrip or something. Okay. That's okay. So next turn I get my companion back is sort of my plan, unless I draw something good. Probably play Bayou and then get my companion back. Playing the second field here is not good because then you're still an extra turn away from actually getting the field online. Although I'm quite a ways from casting Yorion. Okay, Delver's not great, but it's fine. Alright, Green Sun Zenith. That I like. And I think the target here, I can go for Scavenging Ooze, I can go for Uro. I'm like pretty far from flashing back Uro, so I don't think that's the answer here. So I might just go for an Ice-Fang, and I might just go for an Ice-Fang, just to draw a card. That might be my best plan. And I think I like that better than Yorion because I'm still a ways from being able to cast Yorion. Well, I guess I need 1 more land. So the Ice-Fang draws me a card. This also plays around days. The Ice-Fang is nowhere near Death Touch online, but that's okay. Okay, so I think Ice-Fang is better than any of my other choices here. Okay, that's something. At least then I can get back Yorion and pitch it to Force of Will. So if they don't flip, which they probably will, because, yeah. So I'm not blocking. Hooting Mandrills? No. Klothys. Alright. Klothys is kind of trouble, but it's actually not that bad against me, I feel. Okay. So I'm going to ponder first. Dead of Winter is not good here. So this is a shuffle. If any of these were basics, the Dead of Winter would actually be decent, but it's not. So I'm gonna shuffle. Verdant is okay. Verdant is okay. Because that I'll probably play the Verdant next turn because I can get a Tropical Island or something with that and cast the Yorion. So I'm gonna play Field this turn, and I'll get Yorion. I can pitch Yorion if they play like Oko or something. And I guess I'll just attack. Because I'm not blocking Delver. The Klothys is, that's a clock though, so I really need to get Uro online and in play. Scavenging Ooze also does get a little better. Scavenging Ooze can blank Klothys. Scavenging Ooze blanks Klothys by whenever they target the card, you just exile it with Scavenging Ooze, and then the effect fizzles. So that's another option to stabilize on life against Klothys. I'm pretty sure I have to force this, unfortunately, and that means pitching Yorion. And if they daze it, they daze it. Like, I can't beat Winter Orb, so. Alright, well, that's fun. So I'm going to untap the Bayou here. But I am now in big trouble. That's okay. That at least holds off Delver. And I continue to fetch non-basics. So Yorion is exiled. I have black mana, so I need blue mana. So I guess I'll just get a Trop. Alright, it's okay. It's not great. They still have a 3-turn clock on me. And if they draw Lightning Bolt, I just die. I still think I'm probably just dead here. I sort of need to, like, yeah, I don't actually think I have any outs, now that I think about it. Yeah. I'm not attacking. Yeah, Delver's just a hard matchup. I don't know what to say. I feel like this matchup used to be a lot better. So here, I think my only top deck out is Scavenging Ooze, and even that is bad. It's not good against Winter Orb. Yeah, that's probably a scoop. I don't think there's any answer to this. Not in one turn, anyway. So I'm going to untap the Trop. Yeah, that's just game. Pretty sure there's nothing. No. Yeah, there's just nothing that makes me survive there. Like I can play the Baleful Strix, but then, you know, I have a red and a green open. That's just not going to cut it. All right. So there's my first loss. Man, the double matchup has gotten a lot harder, I feel, since they've switched from whatever Blurred Mongoose to Oko and Arcanist. It's a hard matchup. It's a hard matchup. My opponent had it there though. They had just a hand that lined up pretty well against me. I feel like that matchup shouldn't be too bad. It's probably still close to 50-50, but you know, they had it. I'm going to just jump into another game.